Hello, everyone. Hi, happy Monday. So wonderful to be here with you. My name is Tina, and on this beautiful Monday, I am here to connect with you, to share some of the messages that I have been receiving all week, all weekend, and even this morning in my meditation. So I've been excited to connect with you. So if you're just popping on, please let me know. Hey, Greg, let me know that you're here. Post, a little hello. Tell me where you're listening or watching from. It'll pop up on my screen, and then we just get to connect even more. And if you're listening to the recording, you can still post it in. I do look at it, and I go back, and I always send you some love, hold you in prayer. So, as you guys know, or if you don't know, this is where I pull some cards and we talk about the energy that we have experienced, that we are experiencing, and what we're going into. And first let me give you a quick announcement. The Angel Forum, because a lot of you have been asking, and Facebook's weird, you don't always see the posts. The Angel Forum, I do them once or twice a month. It is Wednesday. I think there's 2 or 3 spots left. I only take 6 people. It is Wednesday, 3 p.m. Eastern. And this is where we do meditations, healing. Each person gets specific messages. I pull cards for you. I've limited it to 6 people, so I have more time with each person. It's a webinar, so you can see me, okay? So make sure you reserve your spot if you want to join in. Now you're all popping on. Let's talk about the energy today and tomorrow. The sun and the moon are both in Virgo. So that is a double earth sign. What does this mean? Well, it can mean different things for different people, but you can find that you are more in your mind. You can find that you are more critical. Self-worth stuff seems to be coming up, and I know we talk a lot about that, but I'm seeing it come up even more for myself in conversations I've had and my clients as well. There's just like an extra edge of, am I, important enough, worthy enough, smart enough? With this double earth, double Virgo here, you start to, no matter how beautiful you might look, you're picking apart all the things that don't look good. I have a Virgo moon, so I get it. I was at a wedding Saturday and a full dress and, you name it. And then I looked at the pictures and I was like, oh my God, I look like I'm 500 pounds. And that's where my mind went. And it's like, wow, okay. So, silly example, but if this is you, this is the thing to just look for. Catch yourself in that pattern. It is the lower part of you that is always going to give you messages that you're not enough. So first and foremost, when you hear that message, when you feel that message, because it doesn't feel good, and when the mind goes there, you get hooked to it, right away, it's like indication, neon sign. You're not in alignment with your higher self. You're not in alignment with your angels. So just take a breath there with me, because this is a good way to start to clear patterns. When that voice comes in of, maybe it's something physical. Oh, your face looks fat. Oh, you got wrinkles here. Oh, wow, you look old, or you look tired, or whatever it is. Maybe it's, you can't speak in front of people. Oh, you really think you can write? Whatever. Whatever that is, that's the you can't and the you don't. When you buy into it, when you believe it, when you let it in, you have just chosen to cut yourself off from spirit. You have just chosen by that judgment, because that's what it is. You have chosen by that judgment to separate yourself from the Creator, from love, whether you realize it or not. So the good news about this is, wow, you can just go, take a breath, wait a second, where am I looking? If I'm immediately looking at, there's a wrinkle there, you look fat there, that indication, okay, that's not the truth. That is giving me an opportunity to take a breath and realize, angels, What really is happening here? I've just stepped out. I stepped out of alignment with my soul. Thank you, angels. Let me see the mirror. Now let me look into my eyes. Now let me see from the perspective of my heart and my soul. All of a sudden, as I slow down and I start to come from a place of love, you know what? You're doing wonderfully. You know what? That dress looks beautiful on you. You know, today is the day to just embrace everything about yourself. You know, and on and on and on. So just catch yourself, because with these earth energies and the double Virgo, nothing is ever enough. So when you know that, like me having a Virgo moon, every time I catch myself, I just go, okay, that's not the truth. I'm not going to separate myself. And now if I did, wow, this is wonderful, because now I get to come into the new moment. Now I get to come back into alignment with my soul. Boom, I've just remembered. Whew, I'm getting hot. Archangel Michael's coming on strong. So, what else here that I want to say about this? The other thing here is to have some time and some space for you. We say it all the time, but even more so this week. Have some times where you are allowing yourself to go to that space where there is rest, where even if the mind is going, you can breathe love into the mind. Where you can, I like Virgo is very focused on details. Yeah, so when you see yourself focused on the details, you can just take a breath and say, okay, that's great that I have that gift. But now, what is really more important for me now? How can I slow down all of that detail-oriented stuff so that I can really uncover what's underneath this light, this radiant spirit that is just seeking to burst forth more love, more power, more grace? You know how the critic is going to tell you everything that's wrong with you? I want to challenge you to take out your journal and write down a list of all the things that you do like, of all the things that you do love, and of all the things that are working. In other words, you know, like right now, I could say I did my Facebook Live today. I was able to serve. It felt good. I let it go. So that could be something where I'm going to honor myself, that I came on and did this because I love it, but because I love to connect with you and I love to serve. Maybe it's, you know what, I'm going to shut off from social media for a little. And honor yourself for that. So starting just to write that positive list, okay? Venus is about to enter Virgo, and so that's going to shift things, but we'll talk about that later this week. So I want to get into the cards, but I also want to, you know what, no, I'm going to hold this off. I'm going to get into the cards. We'll get to that after. The first card that I pulled is, gosh, you guys, I love it so much. I've got 3 different decks, 2 cards in each, that just spoke so much to me when I said, what do we all need to know for today? The first is receptivity. Just look at her. You can't see her face or her mind. That's right, because we're letting go of the mind. Her arms are outstretched, and she is in surrender. Her head is a lotus flower. You can see the DNA helix going up, that Kundalini energy rising. And what does it say? It says receptivity. You cannot be in a place of receptivity if the mind is going, if it's separating, if it's in the ego, if it's looking at all those details. That's great and that serves us. But the balance of needing the receptive. If you're in your mind, you're not in your heart. Okay? And then this is what really got me. It says here in the book that goes with these cards, and as she is filled, she is continuously emptying herself, overflowing, and receiving more. Listen to that again. And as she is filled, she is continuously emptying herself, overflowing, and receiving more. So I ask you, because I asked myself this, I had this big aha. Where am I thinking that I'm receiving that I'm not? Or where have I put a limit on my receiving? Where have I said, oh, okay, yeah, we go through this oh, I don't want to be greedy, or oh, I don't want too much, oh, I'll just take enough. So right there, we're not open to that flow. We're not open, emptying and receiving more. Does that make sense? So really listen to this here. How can you really receive on every level and realize that it is not selfish? It is you being in your power. It is you saying, I am in alignment with my soul, and my divine inheritance is me embodying my gifts and my abilities. And as I express my gifts and my abilities, and as I give from this centered place of my heart and not my head, I open up to receive. And then just circulate and receive and receive. Receiving is where you need to surrender and let go. Remember, when you give, you get to control how much you give. So it is a form of control. When you have to open up to receive, you have to let go. You have to be vulnerable. You have to be able to say, yeah, I'm here being seen. I'm doing the best that I can. I may make mistakes. I may not always say the right thing, whatever right is, but I'm being authentic to me. I'm showing up to be of service. I'm allowing these gifts to come forth. And as a result of that and being in my power, I receive. I'm open to receive. And what does it say? Emptying myself, overflowing, and receiving more. Okay, so just remember that card. Another note on the same deck, we got the miser. So what is the miser? The miser is like, look, first of all, she's holding on to every possession she has. It's built a barricade around her because you can't hold on to everything. Period, actually. You can't hold on. You can't hoard. You can't keep it for you. It's not the way it works. In order to be open to receive, you have to be giving, you have to be circulating. So there has to be a flow. This isn't just physical possessions, but look how it's made her ugly. The miser is ugly because it's hoarding and it thinks that it needs all of this stuff. And all this stuff could be physical possessions, but it also could be you holding on to these old belief systems. It could be that, this old story is playing. That is why you're not successful. That is why you keep comparing yourself to others. And holding on to all those beliefs are making you ugly because you're choosing to hold on to the lower energy. Maybe you're choosing to hold on to relationships with people that don't serve you. Maybe you're choosing to stay in and around an environment that puts you down or that brings you down, whether you realize it or not, or maybe you realize it, but you feel bad, so you're not putting up that boundary. And then you're wondering why things aren't going well for you because you're choosing to put others first and you're choosing to carry them all. And yes, it makes you ugly in the sense that then it masks you. And then no, you can't receive. Okay, so it's letting go. It's letting go. Now, a few more cards here. Different deck. We got challenge your perception and follow the moon. Okay, so I'll just hold them like this. Challenge your perception and follow the moon. Challenge your perception is what we already talked about. See where you're at, and then regroup, realign. When something comes at you and it doesn't feel good, just say, okay, well, what is this feeling that's coming through? Without attacking yourself or someone you might be talking to, you get to say, wait, what do I really feel about this? If it is a belief system, we've been talking since last week, honoring belief systems. If you're out of alignment with someone's belief systems, that's okay. Let them be on their path, and you know what? You be on yours. Stop letting it affect you. There's a lot going on right now with teachers changing. I talked all about it on my last live. If you haven't had a chance to watch it, I'm super proud of it, and I'd really love it if you watch it. Along with it be talking about Mother Earth, it talks about how when our teachers change and drastically start kind of renouncing their beliefs and changing them, there's a whole community of people in an uproar right now, and it's like, why? If as Yogi Bhajan says, this is what I was going to say before, Yogi Bhajan is the Kundalini yogi who brought us Kundalini yoga to the West. He says that a good teacher cannot want to be liked, first of all, which is hard, but a good teacher pokes and provokes in order to elevate. So if you're poked and provoked because your teacher is on a different path, one, they're still teaching you, but two, It's poking and provoking you because you're not in alignment with your soul. And if you were, you wouldn't care. And you just go along on your path. Because it's not about the teacher. It's never been about the teacher. It's about the teachings and about, do you resonate with them? Challenge your perception. Oops, look at that. And we got the star. Oh, which reminds me, someone corrected me. I'm sorry, last week it wasn't a Jewish star, the Star of David. It was this star. I don't know. I love that out of my whole message. That's what this person chose to correct me on. Totally missed the message, obviously. That's okay. I send you love if you're listening. Challenge your perception. It's a good message for you. But in all sincerity, that's what it's asking you to do, and that's what's happening. We're all being challenged so that we can evolve and grow and trust. And then the moon, tomorrow is a new moon. How this falls into this week is this is a new moon to throw out the old. What did I write in my notes? This is a new moon. What new idea wants to come through you from your heart, not your mind? Are you quiet enough to hear it? Are you quiet enough to feel it? This isn't really about, we say, I'm going to think this new project, and we need thinking to an extent. But what are you willing to let go of and release that isn't serving you? Hint, hint, maybe the old teacher. Okay, if you're not resonating and you're going crazy, maybe let that go and just be like, okay, it's done, it's complete. And now with the new moon, I'm going to honor what the new moon tells me. I'm going to honor what my angels tell me, and I'm going to trust it. I don't need validation from anybody else. And even what you're listening here, if this doesn't resonate, that's okay. Then use your own intuition to see what does. And if I'm poking and provoking you, good. Good. Because that means that you can elevate if you so challenge your perception to see it that way. The other thing Yogi Bhajan said that I love, he goes, I did not come here to collect students. I came here to teach teachers. And I feel the same way. Yes, I want you to follow me in the extent that we have a community and we can share and grow from one another and get the message out there. But I also want to encourage you to find the messages within yourself and share them. The other quote I have here is, a teacher's purpose is not to create students in his or her own image, but to develop students who can create their own image. And I don't know, I got that off of a meme and the author was unknown. This new moon is the new you. Do you accept that? Do you say, wait a second, I'm the teacher, I'm the leader? Yeah, and then allow that to evolve and come through you. And then our last two cards here, it's perfect. We got choose wisely, and we got rejoice in celebration. Choose wisely, rejoice in celebration. What does this mean? Kind of self-explanatory. Choose wisely. Choose from your heart and not your head. And when you catch yourself in your head, and you're going to catch yourself in your head, especially these next few days, you just go, oh, wow, there I go again. Okay. Now I can choose to look up. Now I can choose to look inward. And maybe just start over. Rejoice in celebration. Celebrate you. Celebrate all the things that are coming up. Celebrate the parts of you that are getting triggered. Celebrate the parts of you that are all upset because of what's going on in the world. Because by celebrating it, you've become part of the proactive energy and making a difference. By celebrating it, you honor what's coming up as an experience that's necessary for your growth. You feel it to whatever capacity you need to feel it, whatever time frame you need to feel it, regardless of what anyone else says. You know you the most. And then you rejoice in celebration. You celebrate it all. Because it is a celebration. It doesn't always feel good, and it's not supposed to. But rejoice in celebration and align with your heart. And as I've always said, just keep doing that dance. Oh, I'm in my ego. All right, now I'm back in my heart. Oh, I'm really charged about this. I'm going to have my human moment. And now, I'm not going to let it affect me, because by letting it affect me, I have given my power over to it. So I'm taking my power back. I always think I'm going to talk for 10 minutes, and next thing you know, it's 20. But I just trust the information as it's coming through. It's never what I expect to say, but I trust, as I ask you to do. So, you guys, I love you, I love you, I love you. I really do. I'm grateful for each and every one of you. Again, if you haven't seen the last live where I really go in depth about teachers, yes, I'm talking about a specific teacher, but I'm not naming names because it's not about her or it or them. It's about me and you. It's called the Mother Earth Wake Up Call. So go and have a listen. If you like this message, please share. I always ask that you share if you feel called, because it gets the message out. It builds this little community that we have. And I got a lot of things in the works to share with you. I've got new meditations coming. I've got different courses for everything you can possibly think of to help us all, wherever you're at, but also to help our Earth, to help humanity. My true intention is that my gifts and abilities are used to help awaken humanity, to help unify us. So if you like that message, you can share this. I would love that. Thank you so much. Sorry to go on so long. If you want a personal session, reach out. And then remember the Angel Forum. It's a great experience. It's always divine appointment, and it's this Wednesday, 3 p.m. Eastern. I'll put a link somewhere or look for it on my page. Please follow me here on my personal page and over on my business page. It's Tina Marie, Angelic Healing Counselor. Thank you guys so much. I send you so much love. I hold you in prayer every day. If you have specific prayer requests, just let me know. Okay? I'll definitely see you Wednesday for sure. You never know, I might pop on tomorrow as well. Okay, bye-bye.